What is going on, everybody? WeedleTwineedle here, and we are backing in with an Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon Wi-Fi battle, and this one's going to be a P-Wi-Fi battle against Dawn, a person I battle off of my Discord server. Now, before we get into this Wi-Fi battle, if you guys are enjoying my Ultra Sun and Moon Wi-Fi battles and want to support my channel, let me know by leaving a like on the video, as it keeps me inspired to put out these daily uploads for you guys, and it's just much appreciated. Now, I'd like to address a concern a few of you guys have been having on my recent Wi-Fi battles. I mean, they're probably just new subscribers, but some people have been saying that my voice is too flamboyant and it makes the videos unwatchable. Now, my response to that is... Interesting. Sorry, I don't have a straight voice. Like, I'm just talking. Like, it's just a Pokemon battle. Like, get over yourself. Come on. It's not really that bad. Like, have you heard like actual gay guy voices? The flamboyance in my voice is nothing in comparison to some other voices I've heard. I'm just saying. Now, turn one, my opponent is up with his Mesprit, or her Mesprit. I lit up with my Lapras. Now, I am a Dragon Dance Lapras, and I'm actually going to just try setting up Dragon Dances on the first turn, because my opponent has a pretty threatening team, and if I can get a few Dragon Dances up while she tries to Hazard Stack, that'd be pretty beneficial for me. So she is going to go for the Stealth Rocks on the first turn, which is a good move on her part, getting up the most balanced move in the game, serving it up Gary's way. Though I do have a Rabbit Spinner on this team being Komala, so it's not that big of a deal. My opponent's going to pull a Hard Switch into her Qwilfish here, because Qwilfish has the Intimidate ability and it's going to neutralize my Dragon Dance, but I decided to go for a second Dragon Dance because I want to outspeed the Archeops. I don't think at +1 I will be able to outspeed Archeops, so I figure going for +2 is just my best play overall. Qwilfish is in here, and here I'm going to reveal I have Freeze Dry, because the reason why I have Freeze Dry on this Lapras is, hold up, I get a Freeze Hacks on the Qwilfish because, you know, Freeze Dry has a 10% chance to freeze, and that's a little bit unfortunate because my opponent can't really go for Thunder Wave, though she told me she went for Taunt, and I didn't really have that many plans to set up more Dragon Dances. I just wanted to snipe the Qwilfish on the switch, but yeah, I have Freeze Dry because Quagsire was in PU at one point, and I made this Lapras set back when Quagsire was PU, and also Gastrodon kind of walls Dragon Dance Lapras completely, so when people see it's Dragon Dance, they think it's okay to send out their bulky water types, and then they just get Freeze Dried. And I have no special attack investment, which makes it even better, so it's not going to be doing that much damage, but it will do enough damage to, you know, punish the bulky water types, and that is why I have Freeze Dry on a Dragon Dance Lapras. That is my story. Now, my opponent goes for Fake Out, doesn't do too much damage, and the freeze kind of matters because now she can't really use her Qwilfish aggressively, but she told me she has Scald, so I don't really think the freeze matters all that much, unless, you know, like she really had plans of using Qwilfish at half health. But we do get a crit with Waterfall, which is unfortunate, but it's another hack that I don't really feel like it matters all that much, because I feel like regardless if the Qwilfish was frozen or not, she would have played it out the same way. Just keep shuffling it out to get Intimidate stacks until it dies, and Intimidate stacks. I'm talking like it's another game, but she gets Intimidate drops on me. And yeah, now she's gonna go for Fake Out onto my Lapras yet again, and Lapras is just soaking up these Fake Outs left and right, and that's pretty good for us. Now she's actually going to go for Sucker Punch. I thought she wanted to go for Double Edge, but maybe she thought she was not living this attack, which is fair enough because I did go for the Water Z move. Now, I was very fearful my opponent was going to bring in the Jinx here on the Water Z move, but then I realized I revealed Return, so I thought that maybe my opponent wouldn't want to risk it, so I actually decided to go for Hydro Vortex instead. Worst case scenario, she brings in her Jinx just to get one shot by Return, so it's not really a big deal. I would just Z move nothing, but yeah, she's gonna bring out, or sack off her Kangaskhan here to the Water Z move, so down goes Kangaskhan, which is pretty nice for me. And now my opponent's pretty much forced out into Hitmonchan because she has no other priority or a way to outspeed me because I'm at +3 speed, so she's forced to bring in Hitmonchan, go for Mach Punch, and knock me out. Now, it could have preserved my Lapras, but with Stealth Rocks up, it's not really worth keeping anymore, so I decided to sack it off. Lapras did get 2 kills, so I'm not really complaining about that at all. Now I'm able to bring in Cantophetus here, my Musharna, the lovely Musharna nickname because it looks like a fetus. My opponent's going to go for Ice Punch very aggressively, but I decided to go for Calm Mind because one thing I noticed in this battle is my opponent's team doesn't really have a good answer to Musharna since I am Calm Mind, Barrier, Moonlight, Stored Power, so like the best way my opponent can hit me is with, you know, super effective attacks. And if I have Barrier and Calm Mind, it doesn't really matter, especially since I am Weakness Policy. If my opponent hits me with a super effective attack, that's what I want. So that is why I have Weakness Policy on this Musharna set, because it's pretty solid since the only way to really kill Musharna after it gets a Calm Mind / Barrier is with a super effective attack, and usually that is knockoff or U-turn, so then you get Weakness Policy and just snowball out of control, and that's why I love this Musharna set very, very much. But we're going to Stored Power, not do too much damage to the Jinx. I went for Stored Power just because that Hitmonchan was playing very greedy staying in on Musharna, so I wanted to weaken it a little bit, but she makes a smart play bringing in her Jinx on the Stored Power, And now I'm going to expect a Lovely Kiss and bring in my Komala thanks to Comatose, we can avoid the Lovely Kiss. My opponent actually decides to go for her Z move here, and since it is the normal Z move, I'm going to take an assumption that it is Z Lovely Kiss. Nope. And what do you know, it is Z Lovely Kiss. So Komala is able to avoid that thanks to Comatose, so she kind of wasted her Z move in a way. But she does have the speed increase, and I do have Sucker Punch potentially, so I don't think she wants to stay in on me. So she's good. Wow, she's gonna bring in a Hitmonchan. I tried to say too much in such a little amount of time, just tripped up. Whatever. Gonna go for Rapid Spin and spin away those hazards. So now we don't have to worry about Stealth Rocks for now until the Mesprit reapplies them. Now she actually makes a very aggressive play, a very smart play as well. She's gonna bring in her Jinx, expecting me to bring in my Musharna. That was a very smart play. I almost brought in my Haunter though, so risky. That was pretty risky, but it worked out for her, so I can't really knock her for that. And now I'm gonna switch out, expecting her to go for a Lovely Kiss and bring in Sleep with me. I'm making some pretty obvious plays, and my opponent here is going to punish me for that. She's going to go for Nasty Plot, which is a good play on her part because if I stayed in and tried to set up Calm Mind, she can Nasty Plot and get more boost than me and just potentially crit me and Ice Beam and just knock me out. So she actually also carries Psyshock, so my Assault Vest, Komala won't even be able to take this +2 Psyshock, unfortunately. So down goes my Komala, sadly. Komala looks so sad going down, but what can you do? Now I'm going to bring Catch These Hands, my Haunter, and I am Scarf Haunter, so I know I can outspeed this Jinx, and I can just go for Shadow Ball, knock her out. So she's going to switch out and bring in the Hitmonchan here, expecting me to go for Shadow Ball, which is a smart play, as I'm going to just throw a Shadow Ball out, just gauge damage on this Hitmonchan. We see she is definitely Assault Vested. We do get a Spaject drop, which kind of blows for her, but I don't really want to stay in on this thing anyway, so I don't see it as a big deal. So now I'm going to switch out and bring in my Kagutsuchi, expecting the Ice Punch yet again. She could have Thunder Punch, but since I saw Mach Punch and Rapid... did I see Rapid Spin? No, I saw Mach Punch and Ice Punch so far, so I'm assuming she has Rapid Spin and Drain Punch as her last moves because she is Assault Vested, so I felt safe bringing in my Flareon. And now she's going to switch out because she's slower than me. She told me she's actually on max hit points, max attack. I thought Assault Vest Hitmonchan runs speed, but I guess I was wrong. Now I'm going to go for Facade onto the Archeops and do a lot of damage. That's a resisted attack and I did over half. So we knock Archeops outside to defeat us. And I could stay in here, potentially take an attack, but I'm pretty sure Archeops is still strong enough to knock out Flareon. So I want to preserve Flareon for switching into Lovely Kiss since my Komala is now dead. So I'm going to bring in my Ferroseed here as my opponent's going to go for the Roost, which was a pretty solid play because now she gets all of her health back. And now she's at a healthy amount of HP and her defeat is now not activated, so now she has a really high attack stat. So now she's going to pull a switch into her Hitmonchan, and I was very close on double switching here, but I decided to just lay up my Stealth Rocks because my opponent has both Jinx and she has Archeops, so if I get up my rocks, that's just beneficial. And now I'm expecting my opponent to go for Rapid Spin or Drain Punch, so I'm going to pull a Hard Switch, and it's my Catch These Hands, my Haunter, anticipating Rapid Spin. My opponent was a step ahead of me yet again and goes for Ice Punch, breaking me to bring in my Haunter. So my opponent is playing very well in this battle, while I'm just not playing that great. I'm playing very passively. My opponent's taking advantage of my passiveness, so a very good play on my opponent's part. I'm going to bring in my Musharna here because Musharna can still easily win this game because my opponent has no answer for Barrier, Calm Mind, Musharna. There's nothing she can do against it. So she's going to Ice Punch here, not do any damage to me as I'm going to set up Calm Mind, which is going to help me deal with the Jinx and the Mesprit. So that's good for me. Now all that's really left is to set up Barrier. With Barrier, like Hitmonchan doesn't have any hopes of killing me. She's actually going to decide to go for Rapid Spin here just to remove the Stealth Rocks because she has both Archeops and Jinx, so that's kind of understandable, as I'm just going to go for the Calm Mind. So Hitmonchan is letting me get all these free boosts, so she's pretty much throwing away the game at this point because all I need to do is just go for Barrier and then Moonlight, and it should be just all set to sweep with Musharna. So Hitmonchan's going to go for Ice Punch. But we get frozen by Hitmonchan again. Since the last time I used this Musharna, we got frozen by Hitmonchan. In the exact same way, we just get frozen by Ice Punch, and my Musharna being frozen is very detrimental. So I was gonna try and stay in thought, but I was like, that's not happening. So I figured my best play is to bring in Ferroseed and force him to take Iron Barb's damage, and now I'm gonna ball Hard Switch back into my Haunter, expecting my opponent to go for Shadow Ball Drain Punch here, as she does go for Drain Punch. And now I'm hoping that Dazzling Gleam, super effective damage, I am Modest Nature, should be able to knock out Hitmonchan, but Assault Vest Hitmonchan is very bulky. She lives the Dazzling Gleam, so I can't, now her HP investment really came through, so I can't really knock her on that spread. So down goes my Haunter. I kind of need a Haunter to deal with the Mesprit and Archeops, and Scarf Haunter kind of wrecked her team, so that's a little bit bad for me. That freeze really put me behind. And now my opponent's going to go for Mach Punch because she is slower than me. It does do a lot of damage, as now I'm going to retaliate with a Flame Charge just so the Archeops cannot outspeed me since I am Jolly Max Speed. I don't think Archeops outspeeds me, though I could be wrong, though. I'm pretty sure I outspeed it with Jolly Max speed, so I should be able to get a few kills here. My opponent is going to bring in the Mesprit, and I should be able to easily knock this thing out with Flare Blitz, because this is Stab, Guts, boosted, Flare Blitz, so I'm going to go for Flare Blitz here. But the Mesprit ends up being max defense, max hit points, so it actually tanks that very well. I mean, we are underwater, so I could definitely see why she tanked that Flare Blitz. And she goes for Psychic just to, knock me out in case I went for Facade or something, so that was a good play. Gonna bring Musharna here, hope we can thaw out. My opponent's going to go for the U-turn, and unfortunately, if we were higher health, we could have activated Weakness Policy there, but alas, Musharna had to get frozen yet again. And that's going to pretty much be the end of the battle for me, because all I have left is Pharaoh Seed, and unless I get incredibly lucky with Pharaoh Seed, I don't think there's a way I can win this battle. So I'm going to bring in my Pharaoh Seed here, and my opponent brings in Jinx so she can just lovely kiss me and put me to sleep. So I'm going to go for Lovely Kiss on the Pharaoh Seed. Unfortunately, Pharaoh Seed's going to go night, unfortunately. But we do have a chance to wake up, so it's not really over yet, since I can Gyro Ball and pretty much knock out both Jinx and the Archeops. And then Mesprit, I can just leech shit and kill that thing. So there's still a chance for me to bring it back. My opponent's going to go for the Ice Beam here, as we're able to tank that pretty well. We actually get a first turn wake up, so that's pretty much exactly what we needed. Gonna go for Gyro Ball and knock out the Jinx. So down goes the Jinx, unfortunately, for my opponent. But she still has Archeops and Mesprit, and I'm hoping my opponent brings in the Mesprit here. But she is going to play it smart, bring in the Archeops, just get off as much damage as possible. I thought she wanted to bring in Mesprit so she can lower my health bar, so I'd be able to get some Leech Seeds off, but she makes the right play, bringing in Archeops, and Acrobatics brings me down so low. And unfortunately, that puts me in a range that I think Mesprit can easily knock me out. But if my opponent brought out Mesprit first and tried to, weaken me, I could have just leech cheated. So definitely the better play to bring in Archeops, because now my opponent can bring in the Mesprit here. And Pharaoh Seed's at 9 health, so it cannot live a Stab Psychic from this range of health. And we are going to end up losing the battle to Mei. That freeze hacks on the Musharna, in my opinion, was way more detrimental than the freaking Quillfish freeze. But we can debate that in the comments below if the hacks really mattered in this game or not. The freeze definitely was kind of sealed my fate, because Musharna could have brought back the game. But I was pretty much asking for it, because I took at least 5 Ice Punches from the Hitmonchan, so I was definitely asking to get frozen. But either way, my opponent played phenomenally in this battle, so she definitely deserved to win this battle 100%. So very well played on my opponent's part. Good game, Dawn. Hope you guys enjoy this Wi-Fi battle against Dawn. If you guys enjoy the battle and want to support my channel, you know the deal. Leave a like on the video, as it's the greatest way to show your support towards my channel, and it's just much appreciated. And yeah, the question of the day is going to be, which battle format would you guys like to see me battle in the near future? Let me know in the comments down below if there's a certain Smogon tier you'd like to see me battle in, or if there's a certain battle format you'd like to see me battle in, like doubles or VGC. Let me know in the comments down below, as I like to listen to my fans and post games that you want to see. So let me know in the comments down below which kind of tiers you'd like to see me battle in general. But of course, thank you guys so much for watching till the end of the video. I'll check you guys next time. Bye.
See ya!